Hello, welcome back. Nice to have you here again. Hello, everybody. Please let me know if you can hear my voice clearly and the sound is okay. If someone, yeah, perfect. Great, awesome. Welcome, everybody. We're going to take a couple of minutes for anybody who want to join live a little bit later. So in the meantime, while you're waiting, make sure that you've got your journal around, you've got a comfy space for the meditation portion. And if you've been here before or last week and you had an intention already set for the previous week, maybe have those notes handy as well. So when we come to the reflection portion of today's meditation, then you can reflect back on what you wrote to yourself last week. Okay, I think we're gonna start this. So welcome to another unconditioned weekly reset. My name is Hedy. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you're new to my world, my name is Hedy Shah. I'm a body worker and a mindfulness teacher, and I support humans to break free from the construct of today's society to create their unconditioned lives. So they can turn setbacks into strength, experience greater level of vitality, creativity, and trust in their bodies. Some of my offerings are magics of mindfulness, hence you're here, functional strength training, as well as postural alignment. So I'm hosting these weekly sessions every week with the intention of us coming together and have a reset for the week that is ahead of us. And I really believe that we live in a system that wants to turn us into high functioning robots and make us be stuck in perpetual state of survival. And it feels like being in the thriving state and feeling wholeness and feeling our truth on a day-to-day basis sometimes can be really hard when we're constantly bombarded by all these information and the noise of the world. And I believe it's important to have spaces like these so we can reflect back and recommit to the unconditioned life that we get to create for ourselves. If you've never been here before, the structure of the session is we go through a little bit of a theme of the week, and then we reflect. I will give you some journal prompts to reflect on the last week, and then we get into a meditation with some breathing practices, and then design and envision, cast a vision for the week that is coming up. So what I'm feeling in terms of the theme for this week among my own community and my own clients, as well as my own life, we're still in the beginning of the new year, and oftentimes there are a lot of pressure that we follow through with the intentions and the goals that we set for ourselves. And sometimes we plan our life based on what we don't know and what we do know at a time. And things sometimes feel like they're not going according to plan. Some of us have major changes in our lives that we didn't anticipate. And we almost feel like we're failing already, we're losing already, we're falling behind already. How can we catch up? And the theme that I'm introducing for this week is trust. Being able to trust when we don't know the how. Trust on the vision that came to our heart. Maybe right now we don't see how that could even be possible, how that could even happen. And our mind cannot even comprehend that. But can we drop into our bodies, into our heart, and choose to trust and trust in miracles again? I think sometimes we become so hard and too educated to trust. And Today, I want to invite you to see where is it in your life you can invite a little bit more trust. And for those of you who are wondering how long this session is around 30 minutes. I try to stay within that time range for those of you who want to join me on a week-to-week basis, which would be lovely to have you back. So I want you to grab your journal. I will give you some questions and reflection with the purpose of reflecting on how your last week has been. If you've got your agenda in front of you, if you've been here last week and you already set some intention, I want you to have a look. If you don't have anything around, maybe drop in, just witness. How was last week? How did it feel? You don't have to feel great all the time. It's just having the space to acknowledge, how did we actually feel? And sometimes we pretend that we're good, but can we drop the pretense and write down exactly what it felt? If you were to describe last week with a word, what would that be? What is your word for last week? I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. What moments felt in harmony with the unconditioned life that you're planning to create or you're working on? You can look at, what were you creating? What were you expressing? How were you living? How did you show up for your life? What was those moments that you felt like you were in harmony? You didn't feel conflicted. You didn't feel like you were pushing through. You were dragging your feet. It doesn't mean that dragging our feet is a bad thing. Sometimes, in order for us to show up for the things that we truly believe, we need to be able to still drag our feet and show up. But we can always invite a deeper level of trust that we will be okay. Where did you feel pulled away from the vision for your unconditioned life by distractions, habits, and societal conditioning, the noise of the world? Before we dive into our meditation practice for today, I want you to also reflect on the week, feel into the week that is coming up. Sometimes we have an idea of what are the things, what are the highlights of the week, what are the challenges, what are the things that we might be excited about. Just consciously brainstorm of, what do you think you may need to fully be committed to designing your unconditioned life this week? What habits, behaviors, and feelings might be supportive or not? You don't necessarily need to go deep into this. I want you to see what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and then when we dive deeper into the meditation, then hopefully you'll have a better idea of what that is. We always start the meditation with some breathing practice. If you're new to breathing practices and you feel like you're not feeling okay when you're doing it, you are more than welcome to change the rhythm. Exhale when that feeling comes up for you. Or if you feel a little bit disoriented, maybe you can create safety in your body by looking around your room, feeling your bum on the chair. All I'm saying is you are in full control of yourself and how you're feeling. Please honor that, respect that. If the breath work doesn't feel good, you can change it up. You can just return to normal breathing, however that feels good for you. Okay? So I want you to have your feet planted on the floor, or if you're seated, make sure that you feel your connection of your bum on the ground beneath you. Start connecting to your breath and start moving your eyes in the room, in the space that you're in. Maybe finding something that is beautiful to your eyes, something that reminds you that you're safe, you're supported. Taking a breath in and a relaxed exhale out. Feeling the parts of your body that are touching the ground beneath you fully anchor you in. Imagining there's an imaginary ponytail on top of your head pulling you upwards towards the ceiling. And allowing that pull to create length in your spine. Create space in your body. And while you're holding yourself into that space of getting taller, creating length, can you relax yourself, allowing that pull to hold you instead of you trying to hold yourself? Letting yourself be held right here, right now. And start breathing in from the base of your pelvic floor, bringing the air slowly all the way up to the top of your head. And then squeeze your pelvic floor, squeeze your belly, create pressure. And then hold. Exhale out. Sigh it out. Let go. Breathe in again from the base of your pelvic floor all the way up to the top of your head, allowing the energy to move up. Squeeze that pelvic floor muscle, squeeze the belly, hold the air, move that survival energy upwards into creation, into feeling the thrive in your body. How would you feel if you were thriving? Exhale out. Take another breath in from the base of your pelvic floor, bringing it all the way up, one layer up, all the way to the top of your head. Squeeze the pelvic floor muscles, squeeze the belly, hold, feeling that energy moving, feeling yourself coming alive, feeling all the layers of numbness, fear, doubt, worry being shaken down to the ground. Exhale out. Breathing in again from the base of your pelvic floor, bringing the air all the way up to the top of your head, moving that energy. Be willing to see how alive can you get when you're fully trusting, even though the outer world might not reflect that back to you right now. Can you trust, even though you don't know the how? Keep holding that, going to a new edge with your breath, a new edge with your capacity to feel that aliveness. Exhale out. Allowing yourself to relax in between the breath holds as a reminder of how we can get activated and we can get softened. And when we live that unconditioned life, we get to choose. Take another breath in, breathing in, bringing that energy all the way up to the top of your head. Squeeze the pelvic floor muscles, maybe a little bit harder. Squeeze the belly a little bit harder. Feel that energy moving up. And feeling all the thinking mind that is right in front of your forehead and is just taking all your attention, all your energy, being pulled out of the top of your head. Exhale out. Take another breath in, breathing in all the way up. Squeeze the pelvic floor muscles. This is your last breath hold. We're going to be here a little bit longer if you choose to. Moving that energy upwards. Keep holding that energy. Keep squeezing, feeling yourself becoming alive. A few more seconds here. Side out. Exhale out. Let yourself rest and relax here. Feeling yourself dropping even deeper into your body. Feeling your mind returning back to your body where it belongs. Feeling that wholeness. Being present. From the part of your body that you're anchored to the ground, whether your feet, your bum, imagining yourself rooting down beneath your building, all the way down to all the concretes on the street, going down to the depths of the wet soil that we're all coming from, letting yourself root deep and wide, and feeling a nourishing energy beginning to travel up into your body. And as you're receiving your nourishment, feeling that your roots are growing in the soils of trust. Such deep trust that no matter what's going on in the outer world, no matter whether or not you know the how, you get to experience a deep sense of peace washing over you. From this seat of trust, from the soil of trust, what vision are you casting for this week? How does your week feel like? What are you opening yourself up to? What are you opening your hearts towards? What are you working towards? Give yourself permission to imagine, to envision, to become a creator. And trust that you are of divine. You are made of divine energies. You get to be the creator if you choose to. What are your behaviors, patterns, habits, actions look like, feel like? From this place of deep trust, from this expanded place, I want you to also think about the negative patterns, the negative behaviors, the conditioning that comes up, whether it be from our families, from our society, from school, from wherever. Noticing what might be coming up that could disrupt your commitment to this vision, to this unconditioned life that you're creating. And from this expanded place, I want you to look at those patterns. What are you choosing to not get engaged in? What are you choosing to refuse to participate in? Now I want you to go back to the vision that you have for this week. Go back to the habits, to the behaviors, to the patterns, to the actions that you're committing to. Letting your vision expand even more as you're deepening your roots even deeper into the soil of your trust. Choosing to believe in miracles again, choosing to trust in miracles again. And also choosing to see the little miracles that are all happening around you, the little opportunities, the little intuition that comes up for you that you didn't think about before. Open your heart and receive your vision of this week. Take a big breath in and put both of your hands on your heart. And as you're exhaling, allow this to be the way that you're signing this contract, this commitment, this promise to yourself. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to know all that you need to know. But keeping your promise, your contract to yourself, you will show up for the vision that you created. And allow yourself to sit in the gratitude for the vision that came through for you. Can you soften in that? Can you trust in that? Can you remember that you're supported with all those that came before you? And you're creating a path, creating an unconditioned way of being and showing up to the world for the ones that are coming after you. Thank yourself for showing up. Thank Mama Nature for supporting you, for allowing you to root in her soil of trust. Take another big breath in. Exhale out and bring gentle little motion into your fingertips, into your body, and slowly open your eyes. Return back to the room that you're in. Stay in your experience. Grab your journal. Write down to yourself, what are you remembering? What is your vision for this week? Who are you being this week? And if you were to pick a word for this week, what your word would be. And if you feel called to share it with all of us meditating here, please put it down in the comment section below.